doing, mate? Oh, great to bounce back from a poor weekend last weekend in the derby. 2 wins in a week in Europe, and tonight, how did you see that one? Where did we win that one there tonight, buddy?
We had a measure of control, largely all over the pitch. I didn't see your face on 6 minutes when we went 1-0 down, and you think, here we go again. But Everton had nothing for the rest of the half, and I'm just pleased we went in ahead, because there was enough of a dominance there. And I said before the game, could we play with a CASEMIRO and an Eriksen and Bruno in front? And you did say that Ten Hag would tell people that's the way it's got to go, and they've got to cope with it. And the acclimatisation from CASEMIRO has clearly worked, because the triangles and the patterns that they were creating had Everton in all sorts of trouble. We made them look like they were wearing clogs at times.
That was it, mate. That was it. You could see the game plan from the start. Shaky start again, but confident now moving forward. That's 2 games we've come from behind and won now this season. Starting to turn things around. I'm starting to get a little bit more. We're playing braver, I think. We're not playing as scared. I know City was a different ball game, but tonight and them games, that's when we have to really work on being this brave.
Yeah, make no mistake. There were periods where that looked easy. It was anything but easy. You know, they were gonna throw on the dogs of war, and it was Rondon, it was Calvert-Lewin, and it was Onana, and they were literally just chucking the balls in. And it's hard to defend that, but we lost a measure of control when Eriksen went off. But I think that's sort of to be expected. But what really pleased me tonight was the balance on both sides of the pitch, and I have to say as well, Anthony is a real find, a real find. He's a proper outlet as well.
He was criticised for not tracking back in the derby by so-called ex-players, making it very public about what they thought about the wingers at Man United, but you can't fault Anthony for that tonight. I thought he was excellent in terms of his defensive work and going forward tonight.
No, and while we're on the wide side, I think a lot of people were giving Marcus grief where I was, but to me he put in a shift as well. And what I also want to say is Anthony Gordon was a substitution waiting to happen, and I'm surprised Lampard took him off so late, because Luke Shaw had him in his pocket. He bullied him.
Talk me about Luke Shaw back in the team tonight after getting his chance from Malacia, having a couple of average games, poor games you would say, but just goes to show when you've got competition for places, it is like that rocket up the arse that players do need at times. I think Luke Shaw's had one, hasn't he?
Yeah, make no mistake, I've been a critic of Luke Shaw for a long time. I appreciate the injury he came back from. That takes a lot of guts, so it is within him, but we need him to show up as a matter of course. We can't have him being threatened, you know, with alternatives the whole time. In terms of what Roy Keane talks about, talks about professionalism, game in, game out. If you can bring that to the table every week, there's nobody displacing you. Nobody.
That's it. Up to 5th in the league, I think now. Moving in, we've had a shocker of a game against Brentford, poor performance against Brighton, nightmare against City. But we're 1 point off the top 4. Yeah. Not played for a few weeks, a couple of games behind certain teams. Not going away, mate. It isn't as bad as what people are making out, is it not?
No, I think, and as well, what you have to take into consideration is, I mean, we saw a lot of away games where there was nothing. I think certainly the first half was the best half of away football we've played since probably either Villa's the first half against Villa or the second half against Brentford. There was a measure of control, and we're crying out for a level of control, and we got it. Now whether we can play like that with that midfield again against all comers is up for a discussion. But you could see they were on it really. From even though they made the mistake early on, largely, you know, there was, you could see patterns as well, and I just think we were on it tonight. And whatever Eric Ten Hag said to them, you know, they were on point with it, no doubt about it.
A lot were on point, like you said, mate. But who was getting man of the match for you tonight?
I think because I was nervous about it, and because of the three, it would have to be Casemiro, and I think a big clap for Ten Hag for acclimatising him, because I think if they'd expected him to get off a plane and put in that performance in the first week, it wasn't going to happen. But more of that, please. Yes.
Cheers, Graham, mate.